Visions follow us to Villasimios, where granite reefs covered with Mediterranean vegetation exalting the color of the water, transparent ocean floors, and the candid beaches and creeks for which the coast is abundant. To the west lies the Gulf of Carbonara, and to the east is a long arch of the Simios beach enclosing a circle of fascinating and great nature value, including the protected marine area. Facing Villasimios is the island of Cagliari, which is dominated by the lighthouse and unforgettable excursions. Beyond Villasimios is a multitude of incomparable views of the sea. Cerebus, the furthest southeastern tip of Sardinia, holds some of the most famous touristic attractions of the island and is animated both day and night. Costa Re, among the many immense beaches of pure white sand, is surrounded by an infinite array of shades of turquoise. Beyond Costa Re lies the extraordinary complex of the Seven Brother Mountains. One of the island's best preserved Paleozoic forests, where rigid and unruffled typical Mediterranean vegetation grows among holm and cork oaks. The rough slopes and rocky peaks with wild gorges and walls of overhanging rock contribute to create a timeless atmosphere. Sounds of Sardinian deer that seek refuge from the intense poaching activities can be heard from afar. As well as the sounds of wild boars, martens, and wildcats. Remaining in the southeast, we also find the area of Gerre, where important intact archaeological findings have been found from an even older culture called the Neolithic, which dates back to several thousand years ago. In the midst of a cork tree forest lays the megalithic necropolis of Pranomutedu and the village of Goni. Dug in the rocks are hypogeic burial mortuary houses surrounded by rock circles depicting prehistoric and ancestral rituals celebrated by the fertility cults linked to the earth. This religious sanctuary is miraculously similar to those found in other areas of the world when the human era was still very young. The sacred function of the area is witnessed by the abundance of menhir. In fact, more than 60 sculptures of human resemblance are arranged in single or concentric forms. The areas of Gerre, Tregente and Sarcidano are joined to form the artificial basin of Mulargia. There is room on the water surface for various sports such as canoeing, fishing, and boat excursions. The Medio Flumendosa Lake is perfect for lake scenery lovers. A welcome breeze, peace and quiet reign among the beaten earth of centuries. We have now arrived at Oroli, worldly famous for the longevity of its inhabitants. Just a few steps from the town center is the fascinating vision of the Arubio Nuraghe. This archaeological treasure dates back to the 13th century BC and is unique of its kind for its pentalobe form containing a center and 5 surrounding towers integrated with a high-walled citadel. We can reach the village of Sarali in the characteristic train ride aboard the Trenino Verde, extending to Arbatax with fantastic scenery. The hospitality of the inhabitants is united with the beauty of the caves and incomparable historic center. This is the heart of the southernmost Barbagia, which takes its name from the small mountainous center, Siaulo, where breathtaking panoramic visions of particularly high reliefs linked to Gennargentu and basins dug by the continuous flow of the Flumendosa lake. The curious visitors of Sarcidano will find a small piece of earth with virtues of its main center called Isili. Dominated by the Nuragic complex of the Isparas, the city is renowned for its carpets and copper metalworks, and its territory is marked by a constant, significant Nuragic presence. At the top of the Seri Plateau is the extraordinary remains of the St. Victoria Nuragic Sanctuary. The complexity of these rocky formations unleashed the appetites of free climbers who have become tradition to Sarcidano. Making our way back to Cagliari through Cesenta, the green expanses of Partiola are rich in vineyards and olive trees. The unmistakable fragrances of the Campidano are carried throughout the center, small or big. San Sperata is an agricultural village known for its excellent production of peaches, and in the 60s it became famous for its muralist artworks. Murals are enormous paintings on the sides of houses depicting rural life in the fields and the relationship of man with earth in community life. In the fields of Sestu, we find the San Gemiliano Sanctuary built in the 12th century in Roman Gothic style, where the saint was executed in 125 after Christ. Each year, the spacious arcades welcome pilgrims to the festival held in his honor. Keeping in mind the beautiful images of Cagliari's east coast, it's time to move on to new images and emotions offered on the west.